And we're back in France. Danielle Collins taking on American Carolyn Dolehide. This was an exciting match, but Danielle Collins a little bit too strong. She would win 74% of her first serves. She would have 10 opportunities to break Carolyn Dolehide, and she would blast 22 winners. A long day at the office for Dolehide. Great effort, but she is eliminated. Up next for Danielle Collins, she's going to take on a very tough opponent. That's right, guys. Olga Denlovic. We're going to see what she can do. Olga has a good forehand, but can she defend that backhand? Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, she gets the win here over the young Panna Yadvardi. She won 64% of her first serves. She had 7 opportunities to break Panna Yadvardi, and she had 34 winners. She's going to take on Anna Bogdan next, who she's never lost to. She's 3-0 against Bogdan, but they've never played on clay. Get ready, Anastasia. This could be slip inside. What about another upset? Camilla Osorio. She takes out Helena Kalinina. That's right, guys. She struggled to get her first serves in play, but she won about 62% of them. She did forfeit 38% of the second serve, but, ladies and gentlemen, she would get the job done. She does have to control the unforced errors. 31 unforced errors is going to be a little too much because she's taking on the best shot maker in the world next. And Helena, let's wish she's okay. You could tell she was running out of gas. And look, it's ironic. Two of the ladies that had one of the longest matches last year on tour, and Helena and Beatrice, ran out of gas today. But I've told you in the past, they both run out of gas. They get tired. And Camila Osorio, I've never seen her tired. She pushes a tough, grueling pace. And just look at her, just calm, focused, so mentally tough. She'll take on Ans Jabor next. What about Alina Svitolina from the hard-hitting Ukraine? Listen, guys, she struggled on her first serves, but listen, she's playing a very tough game opponent from the Czech Republic, Karolina Pliskova. Svitolina did win 59% of her first serves, which is a bit low. She's going to have to get that number up to about, I'd say, to about 75% because it's not going to get easier from here. That's right, guys. Now, she did have 13 opportunities to break Karolina Pliskova, but she had 33 unforced errors. That's a lot, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to be taking on Diane Perry next, who she just beat in Strasbourg. So we're going to see if she can get another win against the French woman Diane Perry, the defensive powerhouse Svitolina. She advances. Harriet Dart. Boy, did she have her opportunity. She had the opportunity to win this first set. That's right, in the tiebreak, but the double faults would show up at the wrong time. And I told you guys, it always happens around this time. Linda Noskova, guys, she did not make my top 10 prospects list because I feel she's not a prospect. She's already arrived on the main tour. She's solid. She has a good forehand. And having the same coach as Petra Kvitova, or Petra's former coach, rather, that forehand, the trajectory, how she aims it at her opponent's ankles strategically, it's very tough to return her shots. But overvalued here is 11 to 1 favorite, guys. I told you to take Dart to cover the plus 3.5 games on the alternate spread in the first set. And in fact, all the previous matches I gave you here in this video, they all won. You get the theme here, ladies and gentlemen. Harriet Dart had a rough day at the office, guys. She's got to learn to control her composure. Do you ever see these players on tour where they think about the French woman today? That's right, guys. Literally thought about slamming her racket, Claire Buell. And then she hesitated. She said, should I slam it? Should I not slam it? And she slammed it and it hit her in the face. The same here, Harriet Dart. She said, oh, should I slam it? I'm going to think about not slamming it. You know what? I think I will slam it. And of course, towel over the face as she slams the racket. And she thought about it for a minute, but she decided to let the frustration out. She also had an opportunity to win the second set. She was up a break. She could not get the job done as Linda Noskova, an 11 to 1 favorite, prevails. Next up, Linda Noskova, she's going to take on Arena Begu. Yes, she recently beat Begu at the Indian Wells in straight sets, but trust me, guys, Begu's going to beat Linda Noskova as an underdog. Get ready for that match. As an underdog, excuse me, Begu is going to beat Linda Noskova. Get ready for that matchup. That's right. What about Christina Buxa taking on Stardupseva? Now, Christina Buxa, coached by her father, classy. She reminds me of a young Elena Rybakina. She's coming through the ranks, and she's just so mentally tough. Now, she was down a break in this first set, but battled back. Now, Startup Sava plays very fast and aggressive, and I felt that it was rattling Buxa for a lot of this match. But Buxa just she stuck to the game plan. She did not abandon the game plan, and sure enough, Startup Sava got tired. Buxa turned the tide, and she ran away with the second set. Christina Buxa is going to take on Elizabeth next. That's going to be a tough match. Elizabeth owns the head-to-head. Listen, Buxa in this matchup only had 13 winners. If she's going to beat Elizabeth, she's going to need at least 25 winners the way Elizabeth played today. I think Elizabeth is going to win that match, ladies and gentlemen. She might find herself in the third round of the French Open and pick up more points. What about Julia Herrera taking on Arena Big U? Big U is one of those underrated clay players. She's got 700 wins on her career. She's a veteran. She won Parma a couple years ago against Lucia Bronzetti, and she was asked by the announcer, "You have a quick turnaround. You have to fly to the United States for hard season. How are you going to handle that?" Big U said, "Well, I've been on tour for a while. I'm a veteran, so I'm used to these things." And sure enough, she's a veteran here as she advances, takes out the younger Herrera in straight sets. That was a numeric lot, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I told you Big U would win that, and she won it very easily. Next up, Linda Noskova. She's going to be in trouble. Tennis in a minute, guys. That's a rundown of today's matches. Other scores on the day, guys. Now, I want to take a look and just recap some of the amazing performances today at the French Open. Of course, Iga Swiatek, an amazing day, right? At one point, she was winning 90% of her first serves. She comes through in straight sets. Haley Baptiste, she takes out fellow American in 3 sets. She's going to take on Jasmine Polini next, who she actually owns a head-to-head against. That's going to be a good matchup. Marketa Vondrosova takes out Rebecca Masarova. Potapova went wild and took out Kamila Rakimova. Ludmilla takes out Lynette. All those picks I gave won. Polini over Seville. That one. Ons over Vickery. That one. Iga Swiatek. Iga does what Iga does. She takes out John in straight sets. First set under 9.5. That one. I told you Tomova and Alexandrova would go over 8.5 in the first set. That hit. Victoria Tomova won the match. Leylah Fernandez, I said take her to take out Ponce. That one. Now, Leylah's going to have a tough match coming up. She's going to be taking on Wong. Corey Coco Gauff dominated Julia Avdiva, as I said she would. Danielle Collins takes out Dolehide. I told you that. Anastasia Panayotvardi, I said take the first set over 8.5. I said take Anna Collins-Kaya over Burrell. Amazing matches today, guys. Stay tuned for more tennis coverage, but I cannot put it big enough emphasis on how well Corey Coco Gauff played. If Corey Coco Gauff, the future of tennis, continues to play like that in this French Open, she's going to win the French Open. Tennis in a minute. We'll be back.